Hi guys, so I'm back again today to give you a general pregnancy update because I realised that doing the quiz every week, I miss a lot of stuff out because there's a lot to get through with that, and I do baby buys and bump updates, and by the time I'm finished it's like 13 plus minutes every week, so I miss a lot of stuff out. And I feel like last time when I was pregnant with Dylan, I was a lot more personal with what was going on and stuff, and so I thought I'd give you an update about how my health is, how Isla's health is, and just how everything's going, because I haven't done that and I've really neglected my blog. Recently I've been blogging a bit more, but for quite a while I really neglected it and just kind of did weekly updates, and so I feel like being a bit more personal with you guys right now. So, my pregnancy, everything I thought was going quite well. It's bizarre, like, when I was pregnant with Dylan, I was really, really unprepared for all the pain. I was really unprepared for all the psychological stuff that goes on. I had no idea how I would feel with the weight gain, or how my body would react to the weight gain and how my body would react to the pregnancy and stuff. So everything was really, really scary. There was loads and loads of panicking, loads of stress. And this time, even though it's still been pretty similar, if not worse physically, I think, I've just been prepared for it, which is surprising at how much of a difference that makes to, I guess, my well-being and how I'm handling things. So, in that sense, everything's going quite well. You'll probably know from my videos and my updates that my weight has been a bit of an issue. I keep on hitting plateaus. I was like 107 pounds for about 3 or 4 weeks when I was about 15, 16 weeks. And then I went up to like 111.8 and I got stuck there. And no matter what I did, I would just, like, I changed my diet. I started adding more fats, more dairy, more protein, more calories. I had a while drinking smoothies, a while drinking protein shakes, a while drinking the vegan version of entrails. I can't remember what they're called now. I had them last time too. Nutrisip, I think they're called. Nothing changed. And then I got up to 112 pounds and then lost the pound again. And now I'm back at 111. Not even 111.8, and I've been there for 2 weeks, which is... But my midwife actually isn't worried because Isla is measuring well. I'm growing properly. What we think it is, again, is that, because I've started to get ketones in my urine again. So what we think is going on is that, like with anorexia recovery, I guess, you do refeeding and your body holds on to everything and your body overcompensates with weight gain. And so my weight went up quite quickly, and then it plateaued, and then it went up again, and then it plateaued. And then your body adjusts and you end up losing some weight, which is, I mean, if this was anorexia, and if this was like recovery from anorexia, that would be a normal thing for me to do, to shoot up above what I was going to be quite quickly and then lose a bit of weight. But obviously I'm pregnant, and so what's happened is my body fat percentage has dropped a little bit, and I'm not retaining so much water because I was retaining loads of water for a while, and that has meant that my weight gain has stopped. And it will start up again soon because I'm hitting a spurt of rapid growth. But, I mean, Isla's gained about 1.5 pounds, and I haven't gained anything. So that means I probably lost about 1.5 pounds, she's gained about 1.5 pounds, and that's where the discrepancy with my weight lies. But I had a conversation with my midwife and my obstetrician about it, and nobody's worried. So that's good. Also, people have been asking about my exercise routine. I made a video about it. With Dylan, I was cycling lots, I was walking lots, I was swimming lots. This time I'm doing a lot more weight training because of the pressure the pregnancy puts on my bones. As you know, I've got osteoporosis in my back and my pelvis. So taking the weight off by adding more muscle and having the muscle in my lower back and my hips and my thighs, supporting my skeletal frame a bit more, means that... the pain, I think that, along with the codeine that I've been given, is making things a lot more manageable, and it's not as scary anymore because I know what's going on. So, as far as working out goes, I still cycle a bit. I cycle for between about 20 and 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and I do a weight circuit, which I linked in my diet and exercise video, so you can check that out. I eat a Skinny Miss stuff, there's all sorts of stuff, and I do some Pilates and some yoga, but that's pretty much it. What else? So, okay, general well-being during pregnancy. I'll start psychologically, I guess. Psychologically, I'm doing okay. It is a bit of a mindfuck not gaining weight, because in the way that I guess it's normal for anorexics to fear gaining weight after they've been a certain weight for a certain amount of time, I'm starting to get a little bit wary of the last couple of weeks weight gain, because I'm supposed to gain about £1 a week from now on, and having been at 111 and a bit pounds for so long, it has suddenly made me quite wary of that. But I think that being aware and being open about that has helped me, because I've talked to my midwife about it, I've talked to some friends about it, and so that's helping me deal with that. Also, I made like massive, I think, developments in the way I see my body, because I accepted the fact that pregnancy or not, like the skeletal look is something that rarely happens for me, because I dance for so long, I have a lot of muscle, and so the muscle changes my body shape, and until I get into severe muscle wastage, I'm just not going to be a certain size or a certain shape. And I think I came to that conclusion after I realised that I was doing a lot of strength training and a lot of core training, and actually my body wasn't changing that much, because I was just working on muscle that was already there. So psychologically, I think I've made steps as far as keeping healthy and body acceptance in a way during this pregnancy, and obviously I've hit some barriers as far as weight gain and plateaus and stuff that I accepted but I'm dealing with. So psychologically I'm dealing quite well. I've had a bit of a blip this week because of everything with Closer, and there's been some issues with being really sick, which is a physical thing, I guess. But for the most part, I've been doing really well. Physically, not so much. I say every week that my heart condition is getting worse. I'm having more and more palpitations. The more, I guess, stress she puts on my body, and the more space she takes up in my chest and inside my ribs, the more it compresses all my organs. I'm sorry, I'm like groping my boobs. So the more it compresses all the organs in my torso, which is already quite small. And so the more problems I have with my heart. I'm having more palpitations, I'm more breathless than I was before. I've had more periods of blacking out. Not passing out, but, seeing stars, everything going black, which is getting worse over time. I'm also starting to have problem breathing. My lungs with Dylan last time they stopped filling to capacity. I think at one point they were filling to like 15% capacity, and that's starting to happen again. Again, that is just her taking up space internally that there's not much of it. So, and what with the excess fluid that I talked about last video, it's just more space being taken up, which isn't great. I've got really severe SPD again. All my ligaments have just turned to mush completely, as they did last time, which is really painful, which is why I've got the codeine, and it's why I'm working out, just to try and take some of the weight off my ligaments, off my pelvis, stop the weight bearing down so much and having more support. And lots of bouncing on the ball, which is helping with the SPD, and lots of hot baths. Again, with back pain as well, I've noticed I've started to get lots of knots in my back. My spine is clicking like crazy. It scares me, because the amount of crunching that I hear my bones go through every day it scares me quite a bit, because obviously putting so much pressure on a part of my body that's already very damaged isn't ideal. But I think I'm more aware of it, and I'm more aware of the dangers, but I'm more aware of the ways to cope. I'm more aware of what people can and can't do, and what I can and can't do, and so that's okay, I guess. Something that's going on recently, again because she's taking up more space and I'm not growing properly, is that I've started to really struggle with eating. She is compressing my stomach and my bowel, and and my intestines, and she's compressing everything basically. But what's happening is when I start eating, I get full about half a portion through, and my food isn't digesting properly because she's compressing my digestive system, and it means everything's moving a lot slower, which means I'm not hungry, that I feel really sick. I spent a couple of before I really talked to my doctor about it and found out what was going on in his opinion, and got professional opinions about it, I was still eating normally, and I had a good week, possibly 10 days of horrendous vomiting that wasn't in the same way, the nauseous way that morning sickness is. It was more just, there was all this, I just felt up here, like it just felt congested and full, and there was loads of acid, and I had loads of really, really bad acid reflux, and then I would spend literally all night vomiting. And so what we're doing now, we're reintroducing smoothies and Nutri-Drinks, because obviously liquids are metabolized and digested faster and easier than solids, and I have to eat about every 90 minutes to 2 hours, just to get the amount of calories I need, because I can't eat proper sized meals because there's not space for them to be digested properly, and then it causes loads of sickness. So that started happening, and that sickness has been quite difficult to deal with, because it feels like my whole life is being dictated by food at the moment, which is really, really difficult as far as my anorexia goes, because I have to be thinking constantly about food. Like my grocery bill, I guess, has shot up so much because I have to buy constant foods that I can snack on. I have to I'm constantly thinking ahead about what I'm doing that day. Am I going out? Am I going to be able to buy food while I'm out? What food is there going to be? Should I take food? Do I need to prepare food the night before? I have Tupperware boxes everywhere just full of food that I've cooked and portioned out, or like just cut up and stuff ready to eat, which is tough because constantly eating is psychologically really hard. It was a lot easier when it was just 3 meals, 1 or 2 snacks and a smoothie if I felt like it. That was pretty easy, but the constant eating all day is really tough. It's really tough, but it's better than vomiting all the time. So yeah, I've got 5 weeks left. I'm seeing my obstetrician next Friday, and I'm hoping he will give me an induction date, especially in light of the thing about me having too much fluid, because too much fluid can be dangerous for me, it can be dangerous with the baby. There are a lot of complications that can arise that I don't particularly want to go into, but I will link on my blog, and I will link a page under in the information bar about the complications of having too much amniotic fluid in later pregnancy, because I don't want to freak out too much by saying it. But so I'm going to find out about hopefully my induction date on next Friday, and I'm going to find out about the diabetes test as well. So I'm going to go because that's my doorbell, but bye.